皆さんこんにちは。写真家の小林信之です。今日は僕の作品作りのテーマである矢をよろずの神、それとわびさびという日本人特有の美意識、それとその概念について少々お話をさせていただきたいと思います。この概念は完全性や永遠性ということではなく、むしろ不完全性、有限性、そして刹那的であるということを良しとし、より自然的であろうとしたことの表れではないかと考えられています。あるものが芽生えて、そして枯れていく様に趣を感じる、そういう感覚がわびさびへとつながっているのだと思います。
Hi, thanks for taking the time to listen to my explanation about the work that I have in the WABI SABI exhibition at the IBASHO gallery. It's an installation of works, of photo works, and they represent different objects, Japanese objects. The objects I don't own. They're objects that are old Jomon vases, important ceramics that are collected by museums, by the Met, by the Rijksmuseum, and these are the objects I really love, and I would love to possess them. And I found a way to sort of recollect them, recollect. So recollect, it's about recollections, about thoughts, about previous ownerships, about the spirit of the objects. What did they gather? How many hands have touched it? How many eyes have admired the object, and how did it change the value of that object? I find that an interesting question, and my way of recollecting them is by photographing these objects and putting them in my box. So it's my visual language that I add, and I add these objects to my collection.
I'm presenting my works at this WABI SABI exhibition, and those are from my Tanzaku series. Tanzaku is a piece of vertical paper like this, 7.5 and 36.4 centimeters, and they are used for writing poems and drawings. It's been like that shape since 14th centuries, and it started from my friend's advice. He's a Japanese architect, and he told me, like, why don't you try to make your prints into Tanzaku shape? And he said, in Japan, there are certain dimensional standards for many things, such as kimono, tatami, scroll paintings, and things in architecture. And he said it's because those dimensions have some kind of magical effects to make things look perfectly beautiful. So that's why nobody had to change the size for hundreds years.
If I can make a good work for me, if I can, or if the people connect with the work to their inside, if the work makes a good trigger to communicate for the audience inside for themselves, I believe that that kind of a communication, that kind of the new network, we start to clean up kind of a stress that the human beings, we are holding in daily life. And we say in Japanese, harai kiyomeru. It's kind of a brushing and cleaning, and make us a bit more kind of powerful in another way. And I believe that those kind of weak or powerless area or invisible places, those zones are really close to the zones of the WABI SABI for me.
I think I'm very much influenced by this Japanese view of the world. And it is not only just the wabi sabi, but also concepts like iki, mono no aware, mujo, and all these concepts that are unique to Japanese culture. It is hard to pin down what all these ideas and thinkings mean to me, because they are not only just the ideas, but they are also very much being part of my value system and a way of life or attitude towards life to a certain extent. Although my work itself is not about these ideas are inherited in my work. Whether in its concepts or aesthetics, they are there as an embodiment and extension of my consciousness and unconsciousness. For example, many of my works deal with the transient nature of time and life, and its fragility and temporariness. A lot of my works are unique precisely because of that reason. I often refuse to make something that is reproducible and something that doesn't require my hands to create. And that's in part to express and embrace the imperfection of our life.
Wabi Sabi is simply the feeling of my daily life and creations. Every day, I spend a significant amount of time catching the essence of tranquility, harmony, beauty, and imperfection through shooting photo, making paper, and printing cyanotype. I embrace the condition of gumpy tree fiber, spring water, and the sunlight changing all the time. One day, I realized that being surrounded by abundant nature had changed my mentality. I'm getting to understand my imperfections. It's an essential step for being compassionate, observing, exploring, and engaging the aesthetics of Japanese art based on living in a small mountainous village. My prints are not perfectly beautiful. Each print has a different texture, some blurry parts, and wide variety of tones of the blue. I hope to share how I build up my life here through my everyday creation.
わびさびって何でしょうね。簡単には物と時間のエイジングの美しさだと私は理解しています。わびさびの一般的な定義についてはスマートフォンで調べればすぐにわかります。でもそういう定義は頭で理解したとしても体験的ではないのであまり意味がないと思っています。頭で理解するのと体験し実感するのでは違います。わびさびについて本当に理解するには自分自身で体験し心で感じることが必要だと思っています。